Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. Flower Fairy here. I apologize for not getting the reading out yesterday for you guys. I actually had a dentist appointment, but I'm able to do the reading today. So in today's reading, we're looking at messages from the Fae on what your magical gifts are. And to do this reading, I've laid out 3 piles of cards here. Pile number 1, you're going to be this blue Lapis Lazuli here. Pile 2, you're going to be this yellow Aventurine crystal here. And pile 3, you're going to be this blue Aqua Aura Quartz here. So take a minute and focus on the piles and decide which one you're most drawn to. You can then click on your timestamp below and you'll be directly forwarded to your reading. So let's get started. Hi pile 1, so you guys chose this blue Lapis Lazuli crystal here. And let's start by taking a look at your oracle cards here. So you received Persephone. Interesting. So I'm seeing here, pile 1, that the Fae are coming through with this message today that you guys are very connected to the underworld. So you're very connected to what is hidden or unseen. And you have this ability to see the hidden and to see things that others can't see. So you have this magical gift of divination and perception. And I really feel like your third eye is very strong. I think you have a really good intuition, and the Fae are coming through with this message that one of your gifts is this ability to almost divine the future, to see things coming up ahead that others can't see. And this is one of your biggest magical gifts. So very interesting energy there. You also have this card here. It's Herbal Kitchen, and it says Alchemist. Wow. So another one of your magical gifts, pile 1, is working with herbs and maybe coming up with potions or healing balms or remedies to cure things. The Fae are coming through with this message that you guys have this gift of alchemy, this gift of putting different herbs and ingredients together and really creating different concoctions that maybe aid people, help people. Maybe some of you are actually doctors or herbalists, or maybe you're pharmacists. That's only going to apply to a few of you here, but I feel like there's this gift of working with natural elements, working with nature. Maybe some of you enjoy drinking herbal tea or making herbal, adding herbs to your meals, however it resonates for you. But I get this strong connection with the natural world here and with herbs. So very interesting. You also have this sign card here, and it says, if you are looking for a sign, here it is. So the Fae are coming through with this message today that one of your greatest magical gifts, pile 1, is your ability to see signs from the universe. So I feel like the universe is constantly sending you signs and signals, and you guys are able to pick up on those signs and interpret those signs. You're able to understand what the universe is trying to tell you. So maybe the universe sends you signs through animals that cross your path or through nature. But with this hand here, sort of reaching out to this butterfly, I really feel like you guys you're really open to the signs. You're very receptive to the signs that the universe sends you and that the divine sends you. So I feel like one of your greatest gifts is this receptivity and understanding of signs and signals from the divine. So beautiful energy there. You also have this card here, it's clarity, and it's represented by the carrot. Very interesting. So as I was mentioning before with this card here, I feel like you guys are very connected to the underworld and you're able to see things that others can't see. And I feel like this card sort of goes along with this card here because I feel like you guys are able to really gain clarity in situations. You're able to really see things clearly. And it's because of your third eye. It's because your third eye is so strong. And we see it here with this eye on this card. I really feel like your third eye is very, very strong. And so when you're in a situation or you're looking at something, you're able to see beneath the surface. You're able to see what others aren't able to. So you have this sort of great sense of clarity on the situation or the person. So that is also one of your greatest gifts, pile one. You also have the symbols card here, and it says believe. Wow. So yeah, signs and symbols are very important and they represent one of your greatest gifts here. I feel like you guys are able to see signs and symbols and really interpret them, really understand them. And part of that is believing that what you see or what the divine is trying to communicate with you, you believe in that, so that you believe when you see a sign or a symbol that the divine is speaking to you, that the universe is trying to tell you something, and you have a strong belief in that. So one of your strongest magical gifts is your ability to see and understand and interpret these signs and symbols that you receive, pile one. So finally, you have number 8, the Veil Walker. So another one of your magical gifts, pile one, is the ability to walk between worlds, the ability to communicate with the spirit world. The Veil Walker is someone who is able to lift the veil and sort of walks in between the living and the dead, so to speak. And she receives messages from the other side, from the spirit world, a lot of times from animals or birds, as we see here on this card. So they're coming through with this message that you guys have a strong ability to communicate with the spirit world and sort of walk that line and lift that veil between the conscious and the unconscious, between the living and the dead. So very, very powerful gift there, pile one. So let's take a look at your tarot cards now to see if we can get some more information here. So you have number 9, the Holly King, which is the Hermit card in the traditional tarot. So the Fae coming through with this message that, and I sort of touched on this before, but you guys are able to see and understand what others cannot. And you have this strong sense of knowledge. And this is one of your greatest magical abilities because you're able to see secrets and understand secrets and sort of go into that underworld and really pull out the hidden, pull out the mysterious, and understand it and see it. So you're a very wise and knowledgeable person, I feel, pile one. You also have the nature card here, which is the devil card. And as you know, the devil is associated with the underworld. But I feel like this card is saying here that you guys have a strong interest in the occult, maybe, or maybe some of you do. The strong interest in the underworld, strong interest in what's hidden, what's not being shown. And I feel like this is one of your greatest gifts, is to really lift that veil like we were talking about before, and also really go into that underworld energy and really find what's hidden about a situation or a person, and find, see things that others aren't able to see. So that's really coming through here again, pile one. So you also have the Three of Pentacles here. So I feel like another one of your greatest magical gifts, pile one, is you're very skilled at your magic. You're very skilled at working with herbs and using your powers of divination and seeing different signs and symbols and understanding what's hidden, what's mysterious. And you're very, very powerful. You're very skilled at what you do. And I feel like you're very helpful to other people. I feel like when they come into contact with you, it's like music to their ears, because they know that you're very knowledgeable. They know that you're very wise when it comes to the occult, when it comes to understanding messages from the divine, when it comes to healing and coming up with different herbal concoctions, whatever it may be. But I feel like you're just very wise and very skilled at your magic, pile one. So beautiful energy there. Finally, you have the Ten of Atames, which is the Ten of Swords. So I'm seeing with this card, pile one, that some of you may see things or divine things through fire gazing. So maybe your strongest powers are activated when you're fire gazing, I also see with this kettle here, again, there's an idea of potions and spells and, making different herbal concoctions. And we even see this witch here holding herbs in her hand. So there's definitely a gift here for making different potions or herbal salves or remedies here. And, I also feel like candle magic may be one of your gifts, because, we see this circle here with, actually, these are swords, so I take that back. But I just feel this strong connection to fire here, fire energy. So a lot of passion, a lot of action. I feel like you guys are very powerful in terms of manifesting and in terms of creating different potions and different herbal salves. And I feel also, this strong power of divination here, because with this witch staring into this fire, I feel like you're very good at divining the future. That's one of your greatest magical gifts here. So very interesting, pile one. So I'm going to grab one final ruin card here for you guys to wrap up your reading here. So fairies and fae, what are pile one's strongest magical gifts? Okay, so you have the Manaz card here. I should say the Manaz Ruin. And I'm just going to read that for you here. So it says humanity, intelligence, awareness, society, learning. Amazing, pile one, because I was talking before about how intelligent you are, how wise and knowledgeable you are. And that's what this ruin represents, is intelligence and wisdom and knowledge and learning. So I really feel like you guys are almost like a teacher to others, because you have this strong magical gift of knowing and understanding what's hidden, knowing and understanding about the underworld, what's not being seen, what's not being said. And so this is really coming through again as one of your strongest magical gifts here, pile one. So that is all I have for you guys today, pile one. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up down below. And if you like this reading and would like to see more like it in the future, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help my channel grow, and I would love to have you become a part of the Flower Fairy family. So until next time, bye. Hi, pile two. So you guys chose this yellow Aventurine crystal here. And I'm going to start by looking at your oracle here. So you receive this card here, and it's Raven Goddess. And I'm just going to read the description of it here from the guidebook. So it says, the keywords are messages and omens. And it says, the raven's mythic status across many cultures is that of a shapeshifter and a mediator between the worlds of the living and the dead. They are messengers from the beyond and are bearers of an omen. To have a raven's knowledge indicates the ability to see beyond what is visible to the eye. The raven is one of the wisest of all animals. Interesting. So the fae are coming through with this message today, pile two, that you guys, one of your strongest magical gifts is the ability to see and interpret different omens and different signs that the universe and the divine is giving you, is showing you. And for some of you, you may receive these signs or signals from birds. You may have a connection with different birds who bring you these signs or symbols, but it doesn't have to be just birds. I feel like in general, you guys are very open and receptive to the other side, to the spirit world, to the divine, and you're able to communicate with the spirit world very easily through these different signs and symbols that you receive. And you have almost this kinship with the divine, this friendship where you sort of share messages and share information, and there's this flow of knowledge between you. And I really feel like the divine and the spirit world really has your back, and they love communicating with you. They love giving you these different messages, and they love helping you see the future through these omens and these signs. So beautiful energy, pile two. Next you have the Attain card, and it says boundaries. Interesting. Yeah, so I feel like another one of your biggest magical gifts here is the ability to set boundaries in your life. And, for some of you, this can even mean in terms of your magical work, maybe you're really good at casting a circle and creating boundaries within your magic work. Maybe some of you are even leaders of maybe a coven or some sort of mystical group. That's only going to apply to a few here, but I definitely get this sense that one of your strongest gifts is this ability to establish boundaries. And this can even be just boundaries in your normal life, outside of magic. It can be setting boundaries with friends, coworkers, lovers, however it resonates for you. But one of your strongest magical gifts is this ability to set boundaries. So very interesting energy there. You also have this, I'm just going to cover this here, this Celine card here, and it says, bring light into somebody's dark sky. So the fair coming through with this message, pile 2, that you guys are very connected to the moon and the moon's cycles and energy. So some of you may do magic by the moon. You may do certain spells when the moon is in a certain phase. You may believe strongly in the different phases of the moon, the waxing and the waning of the moon. And you may practice your magic around the cycles of the moon. And I feel like this is very powerful for you, because I feel like when you do a spell or you do some type of magic work around the moon, I feel like it's very powerful magic. And I feel like you're able to really manifest amazing things here, pile 2. And I see you just being very, very driven by the moon. And I feel like the moon, this connection that you have with the moon, is one of your strongest gifts here, and really allows you to manifest things and create this, light where there may be darkness, pile 2. So very interesting energy there. So you also have this new moon card that says new beginnings. Amazing, because we were just talking about the moon with this card here. So again, you have this strong connection with the moon. And I feel like one of your strongest gifts is being able to tune into this new moon cycle. So when the moon is in this new moon phase, I feel like you guys are able to manifest new things in your life, whether that be a new career, a new job, a new partnership, a new skill or hobby, however it resonates for you. I feel like you guys are able to tune into the powers of the new moon and really create new beginnings for yourselves in your lives. So very powerful energy, pile 2. You also have this ritual card here, and the symbol is sweet corn. Interesting. So I'm also seeing here that one of your strongest magical gifts is the ability to create and perform magical rituals, pile 2. So maybe some of you practice stargazing as a ritual, or maybe you burn incense and meditate, or maybe you cast a circle and perform magic at certain times, or maybe you eat certain foods that enhance your magical gifts, or however it resonates for you here. But I'm definitely getting a strong sense that you guys are very good at creating rituals and establishing rituals And I feel like some of your strongest magic occurs during these rituals. And I'm seeing a strong connection with nature here, strong connection with the stars, with the moon, with nature. And I feel like this ritual, this habit of doing rituals is one of your strongest magical gifts here, pile 2. So you finally have number 27 with the companion here. And with this card, I'm seeing that one of your strongest magical gifts here is this kinship that you have with your spirit guides. And I feel like for a lot of you, this comes through communication with animals, and specifically birds. I feel like your spirit guides bring you messages and come to you through animals, and specifically birds, because we also saw a bird on this card here. So lots of birds in your energy here. And I feel like you have this companionship with birds. I feel like the birds communicate with you and you communicate with them. And there's this back and forth of information and of signs and messages that you have with the spirit world and your spirit guides through birds, or through, and for some of you, it may not be birds. It may be, some other type of animal. But there's definitely a companionship here with animals and an exchange of information and guidance here. And this is one of your strongest magical gifts, is this kinship that you have with animals and this ability to see and understand the symbols and the messages that they give you. So very interesting energy there. So let's take a look at your tarot now to see if we can get some more information here. So you have the King of Wands here. Powerful energy, pile 2. So I'm seeing here that one of your biggest magical gifts is this ability to manifest things, pile 2. And I sort of touched on it before, but I feel like with this connection with the moon and with different animals, I feel like you guys are able to really create and manifest amazing things through your magic, through your magical gifts. And I feel like you're very powerful. So some of you may be, powerful witches or wizards, or you may just be a very powerful manifester. And, with this crystal being here, I feel like maybe some of you use crystals in your magic, or maybe you have a lot of crystals around your home. And I feel like that crystal energy is very helpful to you. I feel like it helps you manifest. And, I see that you're also a leader with this card. You're sort of a leader in the magic realm. So others may come to you for guidance, or you may teach others certain practices, certain rituals, however it resonates for you. But this is one of your greatest gifts here, pile 2. So you also have the Four of Stars, which is the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles is a card of power, earthly power. So again, I'm seeing this, that you're very powerful in your magic, pile 2. And, again, we're seeing stars here on this card. So there's a connection with the sky and the moon and the stars. So for some of you, some of your power, I feel like, comes from the universe, from the sky. I feel like you gain power through these different moon cycles and maybe even stargazing. I feel like some of the stars and moon's power radiates down to you and really infuses your energy and your being, almost, pile 2. So very interesting. You also have the Ten of Wands here. And as you know, the Ten of Wands is about sort of feeling burdened and overwhelmed. But I feel like one of your biggest magical gifts is this ability to really take and receive from the universe. So, excuse me, give and receive with the universe. I feel like there's this exchange of energy and information between you and the divine. And we see it here in this card with these two hands. They're sort of out held, and they're exchanging, it looks like, powder here, like magical powder. So I feel like there's this exchange of information and guidance and advice between you and the divine. I feel like the divine is constantly giving you messages, and you're receiving those messages. And there's this flow of energy here between you and the spirit world. And this is one of your greatest gifts, is this ability to be open to the divine and to receive their messages and interpret them and then use them wisely to help not only yourself but others. So there's this strong flow of divine energy and guidance here. And it's one of your greatest gifts, pile 2. So finally, you have the Page of Moons card, which is the Page of Cups. And with this card, I'm feeling two things here. The first thing I'm seeing is, again, we have the moon here. So, again, I feel like one of your greatest gifts is this connection with the moon and this ability to use the moon's power to your advantage. And then I'm also seeing, with this vine here, again, I'm seeing the strong connection with nature, with the plants, with the trees. And I also feel like with this card, you're able to really help others. I feel like you have this very loving energy. And through your magic, through your gifts, you're able to help other people, show love and show appreciation, and help them with different struggles or different problems that they may be going through. So beautiful energy there as well, pile 2. So I'm just going to grab one final rune card here for you guys to wrap up this reading. So fairies and fae, what are pile 2's magical gifts, please? What are pile 2's? Okay, so you have this Radho rune here, and I'm just going to read it for you. So it says, natural rhythms, journey, action, movement, right path. Interesting, because we were talking about natural rhythms before when we were talking about your connection with the moon. And the moon has natural rhythms. It has a natural cycle. It goes through a phase of being a new moon to being a quarter moon to being a half moon, all of these different phases, which is a natural rhythm. And so I feel like you guys are very in tune with that natural rhythm. And that's what this rune is about. And it's also about action and movement. And I was talking about that before with this King of Wands here. You guys are very good at manifesting things and taking action and really creating new things in your life. And so there's this idea of action here and movement and, working with the natural cycles of life. That's coming through as one of your greatest magical gifts here, pile 2. So that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up down below. And if you like this reading and would like to see more like it in the future, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help my channel grow. And also, I'd love to have you become a part of the Flower Fairy family. So otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye. 3. So you guys chose the Blue Angel Aura Quartz crystal. And I'm going to start by looking at your oracle here. So you received this Gaia card here. And I'm just going to read the description of it from the guidebook here. So it says the keywords are peace, tranquility, and serenity. Gaia is the ancestral mother of all life. She symbolizes abundance, providence, gratitude for nature, promises, and the earth. She is so powerful that she can take all of your worries, pain, and sorrows. She is so sacred that any promises made while touching her soil is irrevocable. Drawing this card calls you to reconnect with the Great Green Mother. Step out of your chaos and regain your center. Spending time in the elements helps to find true inner peace. Meditate, relax in a body of water, set out for a hike, or sit beside a fire. Let each moment in nature unravel the knots in your heart and mind. Beautiful. So the Fae are coming through with this message today, Pile 3, that one of your greatest magical gifts is your connection with nature, your connection with Mother Earth, with Gaia. I feel like you guys are my nature lovers here. And I feel like you have a very strong connection with nature. And I feel like your strongest magic happens when you're outside in nature. So maybe when you're fire gazing, or maybe when you're meditating outside, by a tree, however it resonates here, but some of your strongest magic and your strongest manifestation happens when you're in nature, Pile 3, and when you're really connecting with nature. And I feel like you guys, your clarity and your mind becomes very clear when you're out in nature. You're able to see things that others aren't able to see. Maybe you're able to divine the future or sense different things that may be about to happen. But there's definitely this idea of your strongest magic occurring while you're in nature, Pile 3, and while you're connecting with Gaia. So very beautiful energy there. You also have this Hearth card here, and it says Homecoming. And so I'm feeling with this card, Pile 3, that one of your strongest magical gifts is fire gazing for a lot of you. With this fire and hearth being here, I'm seeing this ability to gaze into the fire and really see the hidden, see the unseen, see things that others cannot see. And I feel like this is one of your biggest gifts here. And I also feel with this cauldron being here that you guys are able to create different potions or different magical concoctions that are very helpful in terms of manifesting what you desire. So maybe some of you perform spells, maybe you create different potions, but one of your biggest gifts is this ability to not only fire gaze and divine things, but actually manifest things through different potions or spell work that you're doing. So very interesting energy there. So you also have this, I'm just going to cover this here. 1 second. So you also have this waning gibbous card here, and it says, count your blessings. So the Fae are coming through with this message that you guys are very connected to the moon, Pile 3. And one of your strongest magical gifts is this connection with the moon. I feel like you guys are aware of the different moon cycles. I feel like you may do some of your magic around the moon cycles. And I feel like this is very powerful for you. I feel like you're able to manifest and create new beginnings and new things in your life at different times of the moon cycles. And I feel like the strongest time for you is during the waning gibbous moon. So you may want to, perform some of your magic or spells or manifestations during this time. And also, there's a message here that one of your strongest gifts is your ability to thank the universe for what the universe has given you. So maybe some of you do gratitude journals every day, or you practice gratitude. But this is one of your biggest gifts, because I feel like when you practice this gratitude, it creates this reciprocal relationship with the universe. And the more you're grateful for things, the more you receive, the more blessings that you receive. So it's very powerful energy that you share with the moon and with the universe, pile 3. So beautiful. You also receive the Death Watch Beetle card, and it says fear. Interesting. So with this card, the fair coming through with this message, pile 3, that one of your strongest magical gifts is this ability to decrease fear in your life and others' lives. So I feel like you guys are very good at calming your fears. And I feel like it's through your relationship with nature and with animals that you're able to calm your sense of fear. So for some of you, I feel like, when you're afraid or you're feeling anxious, I feel like going out in nature is very helpful for you in terms of calming down those fears and that anxiety. And even maybe working with animals, so maybe some of you have pets that you go to when you're feeling afraid, and they help you through that fear, that anxiety. Or maybe you go out into nature and just watch different insects or animals, and that helps relay your fears. But there's an idea here of this connection that you have with nature being one of your biggest gifts, because it allows you to calm down your fears and really manage that anxiety or fear, not only in your own life, but in others' lives as well. So very interesting. You also have number 16 with memory, and it's symbolized by rosemary. So I'm seeing here that another one of your biggest magical gifts, pile 3, is your strong ability to remember things and to use your memory in your magic. And, I'm feeling a few things from this card. I think for some of you, I feel like one of your strongest gifts may be spell work that you do. And I feel like some of this spell work may come from like a book of shadows that you work with, or certain rituals or practices that you have within your magic. For some of you, this comes through your connection with nature, with different plants, with the leaves, with the trees. It helps you remember things and perform your magic. For some of you, this is a strong connection with the sun here and with the universe, with the stars. But, there's definitely an idea here that one of your strongest gifts is your ability to remember different spells and incantations and words, and use that to your advantage in your magic and in your manifestations. So beautiful energy there. You also have number 7 with the stargazer. Funny, because we were just talking about stargazing here. But yeah, there's definitely a gift here that you guys have for stargazing. And I feel like for some of you, when you stare at the stars, you're able to see things that others are not able to see. You're able to divine things and prophecy about certain things. And I feel like you gain a lot of energy and a lot of power from the stars and from the universe and from the moon as well, because we see this moon here again, and you had moon energy before. So I feel like there's also just a very strong gift you have between you and the universe, you know, in terms of the stars and the moon. And this energy really gives you power in your magic and really allows you to open your third eye and really tune into the unseen, tune into what is coming ahead, things that others are not able to see, pile 3. So very beautiful energy there. So let's take a look at your tarot now to see if we can get some more information here. So you have the Hermit here. Interesting, because I was saying before, you know, how you guys are very wise, very knowledgeable, and I feel like you guys are very introspective as well. And I feel like that's one of your biggest magical gifts, is this ability to really go within and really tune into your third eye. And for some of you, this is through nature, you know, and through this relationship that you have with nature and with the moon, with the universe. And for some of you, you know, I feel like there's also a strong connection with the spirit world, because we see this, you know, grave site here. So some of you, one of your gifts is the ability to maybe see the dead or communicate with the dead, and also receive messages from the spirit world, from the deceased, you know. And there's also a strong connection with music here. So some of you may practice music in your rituals, in your magic. Maybe you listen to certain music, or maybe you play certain music during your magic or during your rituals. But there's a few things, you know, coming through with this card here. But I definitely see one of your biggest gifts being this ability to go within and really tune into your third eye, tune into what is unseen, pile 3. So beautiful. You also have the 3 of Swords here. And the 3 of Swords energy is sort of an energy of heartbreak and hardship. But I feel like with this card that one of your biggest gifts is really helping people, as well as yourself, through hardship by using your magic and by using your gifts. So I feel like, you know, for some of you, people may come to you when they're feeling down, when they're feeling hurt by something. And I feel like you're able to use your gifts of divination and your gifts of, you know, relaying fears and soothing people's anxiety. And I feel like you do this through your magical gifts. I feel like you really help people sort of tune into things that they are not able to see. So maybe you give them advice, you know, based on what you see for them, based on, you know, things that you predict for them. Or maybe you do different spell work for them, you know, or maybe you help them in terms of different potions or concoctions that you make for them, you know, to help heal them, to help soothe them. You know, there's a couple different ideas here, but you definitely, I feel like, help yourself heal as well as others heal through your magical gifts here. So very interesting energy there. You also have the 8 of Cups here. And the energy of the 8 of Cups is that of walking away from something. And so I feel like one of your biggest gifts here is your ability to sort of fight through things and sort of be the savior of the day. And I feel like you do this, it sort of relates to this card here, but I see you as being sort of like this hero here with this torch, with this flame, sort of riding in to save the day. And, I feel like you do that through these gifts that you have, these, this connection with nature, this ability to help people with their fears, their anxiety, their hardships. And you're very strong, pile 3. You're like this knight that rides in and saves the day. Your powers and your gifts are very strong. And we saw it here before with your connection with the moon, with your connection with the stars, with your connection with fire. You just have all of these gifts here, and I feel like you're able to help other people through these magical gifts. So that is coming through as well. You also have the Page of Swords here. And, the Page of Swords is a card of like planning and taking action towards something. It's usually something intellectual, like a job or a career. But I feel like, you guys are very powerful manifestors. And I feel like that's one of your biggest gifts here. Because, on this card, we see this person and they've created all of these amazing things. They've won these trophies and, it almost looks like they're, performing magic here. They're just pulling things out of a hat, they're just creating things out of nothing. And I feel like you guys have that power to create something out of nothing, through your magical abilities. You're really able to manifest things and create things in your life. And I feel like it's a very strong gift that you have. I feel like it brings you a lot of power and a lot of even, rewards from others. So maybe people come to you and say, wow, you really helped me with this, or that spell you did for me really helped me, or, that magic you performed really created amazing things for me in my life. But even I think within your own life, you create this magic, you create these things for yourself. Maybe you do spells to increase your abundance, or maybe you do spells to create your dream job or more money, or however it resonates for you. But I feel like you're able to manifest beautiful gifts and things in your life, pile 3. And that's one of your biggest magical gifts. So that is coming through here as well. So I'm just going to grab one final rune card here for you to sort of wrap up this reading. So fairies and fae, what are pile 3's magical gifts, please? Okay, so you received this card here. It's Tiwaz. I'm just going to read it for you here. It says, let me just find it here. So it says creation, wholeness, energetic birth. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, pile 3. I was reading the wrong one. Tiwaz, it says justice, honor, sacrifice, loyalty, and victory. Interesting, because we were talking about victory before with this Page of Swords card, because remember I was talking about how you're able to create victory for yourself and others. We see victory with these trophies here. And that's what this rune is about. It's about victory, and it's about justice and loyalty. And I feel like you guys are just very, very good at creating and manifesting beautiful things, beautiful gifts for yourself and others. And you sort of, you're very loyal to people, and you're very loyal to your magic and to your gifts. and to Mother Earth. You know, I feel like you have a strong loyalty to nature and to Gaia. Whether that means, you know, you eat clean foods or you practice conserving water or however it resonates for you, but you're very conscious of protecting Gaia and protecting Mother Earth. And you really practice that through your magic. You know, you really practice, I feel like, very clean magic, very wholesome magic through your gifts, pile 3. So that is all I have for you today, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up down below. And if you liked the reading and would like to see more like it in the future, please subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow. And I'd love to have you guys as a part of the Flower Fairy family. Otherwise, I thank you so much for being here today, and I will see you next time. Bye.